Welcome back to the podcast, everybody, and welcome to a series that has been 20 years in the making. I am titling this series the Jester Section Hiker Playbook. The playbook is 7 logical steps toward completing your favorite long-distance trail as a section hiker. Over the last 20 years, I have learned what works when it comes to setting your section hiking goals, logistics, training, gear, nutrition, having fun, and as they say in the hiking world, hiking your own hike. Over the next 7 days, I will be releasing this series of episodes focusing on each one of the steps in individual shows. So we start with step 1, which is setting a goal. All right, everybody, welcome to the first step in the playbook, which is setting a goal. Within this step, I have 5 key points that I want to cover. So, the first step, setting a goal. The 5 key points I've got written down are section hiking is a mindset, section hiking is a branch of who you are, section hiking is taking one section at a time. Tell your friends and family, bring them along with you. And then the 5th point is, when can I do this? When is your hiking season? So let's get right to it. The first key point is section hiking is a mindset. And what I mean by that is somewhere deep inside of you, there is a fire that is burning to complete a long distance trail that no one can put out. As far back as I can remember, I think my fire started for wanting to complete the Appalachian Trail was when I was a teenager. And then it began to fully come to life and start burning around 2006. That is the very first time I stepped on the Appalachian Trail. And quite honestly, that was the first step of my goal, getting on the trail. And everything came after that. That first step that I got on the trail, I was just so happy to be on the trail. Quite honestly, I could have eaten the dirt. So that is what I mean by section hiking is a mindset. It is a fire that burns inside of you that no one can put out. Not a person, not something that happens, not a setback, not anything. So no matter what happens, you still have that burning in your chest that you still want to complete that goal. And that is the first step, knowing that you have that inside you and then moving forward from there. The second key point after determining, yes, I've got my fire birdie, that's my mindset, is learning that section hiking is a branch of really who you are. Just like your career, just like having a family, just like your other goals that you have set in your life. It's kind of a division of who you are. So you've got your major tree trunk in every tree, right? That each tree has a set of branches. So section hiking is one of those branches of who you are. Yes, it's alive. It needs water to thrive. So every year, sometime during your year, you go out and you section hike on your favorite long distance trail. Doesn't matter what trail that is. Doesn't matter what part of the country you are in. For me, it just so happens to be the Appalachian Trail. Another way that I look at it is the Appalachian Trail is the main trunk of the tree, and then each state is a branch. So some of you may want to start in the southern portion of the Appalachian Trail, which is down in Georgia. Some of you may live in New Hampshire and Maine, and you start your section hiking goal in New Hampshire or Maine. It does not matter where you start. The main point is is that you start, it's that fire burning, and it becomes a branch of who you are or a division of who you are. The third key point I want to get across is in your mindset, complete one section at a time. Break things down, put things in easy chunks. If you've never been out on the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Crest Trail or the Continental Divide Trail or any of the long distance trails, the Pinhoti Trail, the Allegheny Trail, doesn't matter what trail you want to complete, the first section could be you just go and get out on that section of trail that's closest to your house. You get a taste of the trail. You get a taste of the trail signage. You get a taste of what the trail looks like. And then you begin to build after that first trip to your favorite trail. For me, you all have heard over the years on the podcast, my very first steps on the Appalachian Trail were at Davenport Gap. And I did a section with some girlfriends of mine where we went through Hot Springs, we went through Sam's Gap. And that was my very first section where I got that taste of being on the Appalachian Trail. So that started in 2006. And then it took me 12 summers until 2017 to complete the trail. Now, all along from 2006 to 2017, I had major achievements on the trail. I had major setbacks. I learned so much along the way. Back in 2006, there was no technology. We all used paper maps or no maps at all. So as time goes, because section hiking, you're in it for the long haul, you will learn and grow on the trail. And then if I had to break my hike down right now, it would be a third, a third, and a third. And what I mean by that is the first section, the first third was my fire's burning. I'm in love with the trail. It doesn't matter where I get on the trail as long as I'm on the trail. The second third was, all right, I need to start tracking where I've been. I need to maybe make a spreadsheet. I need to maybe get serious if I'm actually going to complete the trail. And then the last third was the commitment. I am going to do this. I am going to be very strategic and very logistic. But that happens over time. That's why this key point is titled One Section Hike at a Time. Just get out on the trail. All right, the fourth key point is tell your friends and family. Bring them along with you. One of the coolest things that I did early on when I began section hiking on the trail is I would go out on the trail and do a week on the trail, 10 days on the trail. And then I would just come back and tell my family and friends, you know, the sights I got to see, what the trail was like, the hostels I stayed at. 9 times out of 10, I ended up going back to that section, bringing somebody with me. Hey, I stayed at this really cool hostel. Let's go there for the weekend as a family so you can see what I love so much. Share it with everybody, y'all, and the next thing you know, you'll be getting hiking ornaments to hang on your tree from friends and family. You'll be getting t-shirts. You'll be getting all kinds of things from your family that relate to hiking, and that is really cool. So the last point, key point that I want to cover in this first step of setting a goal is when can you actually do this? What I call when is your hiking season? For me, my main hiking season is in the summer. You all know that I am an educator. I teach high school. And quite honestly, I actually switched careers, got a master's degree in business so I could teach and strategically have my summers off. I did not set out to be an educator. I did not set out to get an educational degree, but this was a major step in my life that I took because I know teachers have holidays off. I know teachers have summers off. I know teachers have a spring break. So how could I combine a career that I love and I don't have to quit my job, but I can also accomplish the things that I want to do. Now, you all don't have to be as drastic as I was and totally changing your career, but it's not something that's not undoable, meaning you can do it. So some of you might get 2 weeks off a year. Some of you might get 3 weeks off a year. Some of you may only get weekends, and there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you take your 2 weeks and 1 week you spend with your family, and then 1 week, because you've brought your family in, they know how important this is to you, you go out and hike a section of that long distance trail that you're trying to complete. So again, 5 key points within step 1, setting a goal. It starts with your mindset. It becomes a branch or a division of who you are. The 3rd step, take 1 section at a time. The 4th, tell your friends and family. And the 5th key point in this overall step of setting a goal is, when is your hiking season? When can you do this? So, y'all, these episodes within this series are going to be short and sweet and to the point. And as I close out this episode, I want you all to remember that the Jester Section Hiker Playbook is all about having fun in the process of achieving your goals of completing a long distance trail as a section hiker. Section hiking is an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and achieving. So everybody, thanks for listening. Be safe out there. And as always, happy section hiking.